outnumbers you.
Yep.
You don't get an edge in like the unit composition.
And we have a really spicy map for here. Round 7, people. Let's do this. Delta, do your thing.
Yeah. And down in the right corner, the red human. It's htrt. Yeah. And up in the left-ish corner, we have the blue human representing there. It's Malboy.
Let's do this. Human brawl. And it should be a real killer. We've got the buildings already built up, barracks on the way, Altar of Kings, farm, the basic stuff. I think it's the same on both sides. And what kind of approaches do we see in human versus human types of battles?
Well, this map is also one of the biggest maps we've seen. This is Turtle Island. It's a huge map, lots of expansion possibilities. This is one of the maps that usually can go really long because you have resources, you have the possibility to go to Tier 3. So we can maybe see like...
Really fight for the money, like...
Yeah. And just giving us the best ending of this whole day.
Alright, we got an Archmage. At least on the blue side. On the red side,
it should be an
Archmage as well.
So we see, you will see these water elementals duke it out, and we have been seeing water elementals all day, but they've been facing down this demon hunter and getting mana burn. When mana burn is not a part of the picture, we will see many more water elementals because, well, you have a lot of mana. So
can we call it like a wet T-shirt fight?
We could call it the wet. I don't know if I want this kind of Archmage.
Water elementals don't have T-shirts though.
Yeah, but the
maybe the footmen.
The Archmages do.
Oh, the Archmage. Yeah, could be.
But I would love the other type of Archmage for a wet T-shirt, which is Jaina. So.
Oh yeah.
That's
anyway,
for another time. The scouts going out though, like a lot of this map we've seen has been a 2v2, 1v1 map, so you know where the opponent is. You just need to check out the like what he texts and everything. This map though, 4 different spawn positions. So you need to find your opponent as well. And they spawn not the furthest away from each other, but pretty far away from each other, so it's an opportunity there.
Interesting little pixel swarm there around the water elemental. Like, what's better than a little extra spice? It looks like a murky elemental at this point. But then again, finding their first camps here, getting a bit of XP on both of those Archmages. Maybe going for another camp. I'm actually really interested to see when is the first brawl actually going to happen.
Yeah, they both scouted their close spawn points, just to be sure that my opponent isn't close. So they know their opponent is on the, one of the other 2. Basically giving them more time to just creep farm, getting that XP up, getting to more of the late game, building up the economy and building up the infrastructure needed to support that economy. But we're seeing them closing in on each other because both chosen the lower route for XP. And they spotted each other here now.
Yeah, now they get the information on both sides of where they probably are gonna be headed. This maybe like the idea for Malboy as well, like he's watching the force let ahead of him, like maybe lead me to your base. Maybe a little brawl there, double elementals on both sides. Well, denies at least one of them.
Yeah, so going to be a little bit back and forth here.
Yeah.
They're trying to find out how far did they go with the creeping, because getting as many creep camps as possible is important to get like the XP head here. And seeing as both have picked Archmage as well, the levels are important because that means higher level water elemental, higher level brilliance aura.
He sends in a water elemental that's about to expire, so he's like baiting out, getting a bit of extra damage out there as well, but only a few hits on one of the footmen. That's also one thing about like when you're playing on humans, like what is your health regeneration basically? You're limited to priests pretty much. Yeah,
limited to priests and the natural regen of humans. But yeah, you're lacking. Like the orcs have higher natural regen. Night elves have wells and then has their blight. Blight, yeah. I was going to say creep, but that's a completely different game for a different time. But seeing here though, they killing up a lot of the camps going around, just trying to soak up as much XP and gold as possible, hoping to get like one of the crucial items there.
Malboy finds ATRT's base, sees there's an arcane tower at least, doing a bit of damage onto the Archmage, but then again he's going straight for the workers, and he manages to find at least one of the peasants, and the militia slowly starting to rally up and go up against the water elementals to get rid of that. But then again, the workers are taking a lot of damage. He's already lost a few, might even lose one more, but quickly microing them back to safety. And using the rest to fend off the attackers. When you've only got like a few footmen, they're finally arriving to the fight as well. And it's Archmage versus Archmage, footmen versus footmen. What's better than that than watching a real nice clash and bash going with the swords and the shields? But then again, manages to at least almost takes down one of the footmen, manages to get himself out, and then the body blocks coming out into play as well. But Malboy looks like he's going to survive without any casualties.
Yeah, excellently maneuvering there, taking out the units, perfectly timed to just microing them away, splitting up as well, because you want to kill the Archmage because that's the key target, but splitting them up from the footmen means that you might be able to like save the footmen, get them back home to base, and just sacrificing this water elemental to buy some time.
Yeah, baiting them out. I mean, that's again like little plays. Good old, I see you, comrade. That's my panda buddy right there. Touch a sweet power in the action.
Yeah, that's you with the staff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Going there with, and here we see the first diversion from their tactics. We see a Tinker from HTRT's side.
Spicy.
As the secondary hero over the Panda Brewmaster from Malboy's side there.
Yeah.
Doing a little
getting something different for the day. Like we've been seeing the same heroes over and over again. And we get a little change for that.
Yeah, Tinker is an interesting hero as
Tell me about Tinker.
Yeah, so Tinker is a mechanical goblin. Yes, like you see the missiles going out there, it's just an AoE stun that you target on ground. He also has like this factory, it's called, which is basically a building is put down and just produces
Yep, and a really nice 3-man stun there. He manages to take down the footman. The Panda baiting and kind of tanking out the front line here. Should be alright though.
Yeah, but this counter push here from HTRT though with this Tinker and a couple of footmen and the water elementals is looking quite strong.
Yep, and now he's brought in the footmen as well, who have been regenerating while being outside of the fight, trying to fend off the attackers. Another footman falls on Malboy's side, and his heroes are so low. He needs to avoid this Tinker. Another heal coming out on the Archmage, so he will survive a bit longer, but he is in a bit of trouble because he's been surrounded. Enemies back and forth on every single side. One hit, oh, the TP! Just in time, saving the Archmage. He cancels it. He cancels the TP as well. No, he doesn't. He brings out more of the troops coming back in here, and the Archmage has fallen. So that is really, really crucial there for HTRT. But then again, his offensive comes to an end.
Yeah, the HTRT lost all these footmen for this Archmage to... this is also the problem, like every race has some way of actually sieging, counter-sieging, and this militia push is important there. But this Panda is taking quite some damage here.
One hit. There we go. He gets it just in time. That was like maximum range for the right click. Gets it into the destination. So the Panda falls. Unfortunate, my brother. He will come back into the game later.
And this is also important though. The Tinker is nearing level 2 now, which might be he can pick up the factory and just have a constant siege pressure if you can just protect the factory right outside the base opponent. Also targeting out this arcane bolt means that there will be no more healing potions or anything of that sort. Meanwhile, home at base, he is just farming. No interruption, no nothing, just everything getting built up.
Macro-wise, everything looks fine.
Yeah.
The kingdom is thriving, so to say.
Yeah, and he's not using...
Yeah, and he's got his keep almost ready. I mean, wait, is he going for tier 3 already?
He's building a blacksmith and he's building a keep, yeah. So he's going for tier 3 to get the third hero and get open up the sweet stack.
Yep.
And then, like, the investment here isn't that big either from HTRT. He's just basically using his heroes as a protection buffer, using the water elementals, which is just mana, basically. While not investing that heavy into units.
Yeah.
And
that is actually a castle ready instead of being a keep. So that is tier 3 right away, and we've got a paladin coming right soon. Coming to a shop near you.
Yeah, coming to a shop near you, the paladin. Meanwhile, up in the blue corner, the Panda is returning. There's a castle also coming, and it's a paladin coming also for Malboy. So that means their unit composition is pretty similar. It's only the difference is the secondary hero versus
the Panda and the Tinker. Yeah, little water brawl, just like we want it. Then again, they've got a healing salve running up and running, healing up the Tinker a bit, but they have to take into account that regen comes fairly slowly. It might pay off in the long run. However, his Archmage is just tanking in the front, taking actually maybe a bit too much unnecessary damage. Or was it a bait in the end? Because now he sends in his Footman. The Tinker is forced to fall out. Another healing potion used on the Archmage, so he is still in the fight. They're trying to take down these Footmen. And finally, it looks like Malboy is the one playing the aggressor here. So that little movement play there with his Footman, bringing them back into the fight and actually not revealing them at the start. Really smart play by Malboy there. Now he's got himself the initiative.
Yeah, the thing is though, htrt has gotten a Griffin Rider. And the only
and now the Paladin is in the fight as well, so he's got Holy Light to assist him as well. The rockets flying into the fight, and htrt, one of his water elementals, actually goes down. But then again, he is forcing Malboy on the retreat. A nice stun onto 4 units. Can he connect another hit? Oh, the healing. No, he uses the Holy Light to heal his mates, but then again, nobody in range to hit the Footman.
Yeah, this might spell trouble for Malboy as well, because this Griffin Rider, the only way to attack is Water Elemental and the Archmage. The rest of the units are just basically going to be fodder.
Yep. And we got another Knight coming into the fight as well. The Lonely Rider, while the fight is also brewing at the same time, the Griffin Rider has now... He gets back into the air. He was actually netted by one of the trolls, so... The AI is now fighting against 2 sides, but the players obviously playing against each other. The Tinker has been cornered in the middle, but can they get enough damage out to kill him off? The Tinker gets healed by the Paladin. The fight still keeps on going and going, and the Paladin is now also on Malboy's side, so we've got Paladins on both sides of the fight. And this fight just keeps on going. The Militiamen are also now taking part, and they've blocked the Chen. They've got the Pandaren stuck inside a mass of units, and there's no way out for Chen, and he goes down. Even the Paladin might go down as well. 29 health, but it's not going to be enough as the Archmage gets another right-click in, and that's a second level 1 hero going down, and he finally finds the time to farm this camp. Or does he? We've got some... Look at that. Flying machines are coming into the fight as well, bringing in the power of the gyrocopters, but it is not quite enough of damage that he can deal. Another priest falls down, and GG, well played, is called an HTRT. With this victory, he's 1 step closer.
Yeah, and we saw there, like the early Griffin Riders just completely capitalizes on the lack of anti-air from Malboy, and he had to go into gyrocopters to just basically counter it, spending a lot of resources. We had a Lonely Knight as well for HTRT, just soaking up a lot of the damage, and just so he won both air and ground at the same time because of that.